Excluding cheating and lying, what's your biggest deal breaker in a relationship? I'll kill myself if you ever break up with me. Not a lifelong learner. If they're not curious, wanting to know more, and happy with what they know, that's a no from me. If I have to do all of the emotional labor, I'm getting out. Needing access to my phone. I'm not hiding anything, but there's personal stuff in there, from talking to friends or family that I don't want to share with my sir. Not inherently my personal life, but my friends and family's. My phone is private and it comes off as possessive when they think they're entitled to my stuff. My ex knew my phone password. I never saw it as a big deal. He also confiscated my phone when I was with him so we could spend couple time together, even though he was allowed check his. One day he asked me to Google something for him, so with my phone being in his confiscated hiding spot and his being on the table, I just asked him for his password so I could look it up. He got really angry and ranted about bad relationship habits. I thought, okay, makes sense, and changed mine too. My old password had been the birthday of the ex I had before him anyway, so it needed updating. When my current boyfriend found out, he was furious. Blamed it on me cheating on him and ran through the list of every guy the first ever knew. I rehashed his bad relationship habits thing to him and he said I was making excuses. I had to turn all my notifications to blank, Messenger notification, and Instagram notification, because otherwise he'd pick up my phone and read who was texting me and a small preview of their message. He'd always be trying to look over my shoulder when I was texting and got defensive when I called him out. I eventually sat him down and explained, my friends confide things in me that they haven't agreed to you knowing about. Their privacy shouldn't be compromised because I'm in a relationship. And he got so beyond mad. He was also one of those people that if I was telling him about something funny, one of my friends said he'd demand to see screenshots instead of just accepting the story for what it is. Being horrible with finances. An unwillingness to make an effort to enjoy my interests with me. If you tell me your favorite album, I will listen to it. Your favorite movie, I will watch it. If you wanna go dancing, I'll go with. I just expect some effort back. Tests. Mature adults do not run tests on their partner's loyalty, responsibility, kindness, spirituality, whatever the hell. That shit is for children playing house. I test my girlfriend patience every day, to be honest. Indifference. If I love you, I'm going to try to make an effort to show you. Forever. If it's not working, I'm going to try to understand why it's not working, and figure out if there's something I can do differently. If you're not willing to meet me halfway on that, deal breaker. In my experience, this is quite common. Also, I have found that this kind of apathy tends to infect the rest of that person's life. Like, they don't live life with any real passion. Using sex as a weapon. If you do, don't do this, I will have sex with you. Sex isn't a currency in a healthy relationship. It's an expression of love, and simply a fun activity. If somebody's withholding sex to get their way on some issue, or if sex is being given as a reward for something, then it devalues sex and turns it into a trade commodity. I think that ignorance or comparing me to some other guy would be a deal breaker for me. Putting me through tests and not giving me personal space, alone time. If I want to take more tests, I'll go get another degree. There are times where I want the company of me, myself, and I only. I like to think about things long and hard, and that normally goes better in solitude. I am very comfortable being alone. You should be too, because I won't always be there. When I first started dating my husband, he was around all the time. One night, he showed up and I told him I wanted to be alone. I worked 40 hours a week, had 2 young boys, and just needed some me time while they were at their dad's house. I wanted a bubble bath, takeout, and a good book. He offered to grab the takeout for me. I agreed, and he came back with dinner for 1, flowers, and a magazine he knew I liked. Knocked on the door, handed me my shit, snuck a quick kiss, and went home. May 13th will be our 19th wedding anniversary. Had a ex lose her shit when I said talk to you later sis. Love you when I got off the phone with my sister, who she knew. Started going off on how I should only be saying love you to her and no one else. Didn't even give her a response, I just left. Really bad jealousy towards the opposite sex. I've seen it happen. Guy gets a sir. She kept giving him shit for being around women. He stopped going anywhere because he got tired of getting constantly checked up on and didn't have the guts to have a real discussion about it. Finally they break up. It wasn't healthy for him. Or for her. I knew a guy from my hometown that isn't allowed to hang out alone with a woman. Now that I think about it, it's probably because he cheated. Being judgmental with how I spend my free time plus expecting me to spend 100% of my free time on you. Children. I've consciously decided to not have kids in my life at all and no, I will not pick up someone else's responsibility. No other close relationship. As in they're not close to their family and do not have any close friends. Learned this one the hard way. I was my ex's parent, friend and partner. It's a lot to bear. Telling me what I can and can't wear. Telling me I should be dolled up to see him, but not dolled up when I go anywhere else because of other men's attention on me. Did that for almost 3 years and now I proudly wear crop tops, high-waisted shorts, and whatever the else I want. Denying my faults and insisting I'm perfect might sound weird, but it puts on a crazy amount of pressure on you. Insecurity. Seriously, if you can't deal with your partner not texting you for a few hours before you think she's cheating on you, I don't think you should be in a relationship. Gotta work on yourself before you can be a good partner to someone else. Lack of sex drive. Mismatched sex drive, in general, is a pain in the ass. Heavy drugs. I mean, smoking a joint isn't a deal-breaker, but if you're into the heavy stuff and using on a semi-regular to regular basis, then that is a no-go. Harley-Davidson titty tattoos. If it sounds overly specific, that's because it is. Over-involved parents. How they react to small things in their life that don't go their way. Poor hygiene or being a shitty person in general. Insulting and otherwise shaming the partner for simply having an opinion, preference different than theirs. People who treat their parents awfully when their parents are nice. Normal people. I was dating a guy and he invited me on a road trip with his parents, who were super nice. We stopped at a museum and he was wearing PJs, so his mom suggested he put on some jeans. He started yelling at her about how he didn't want to put on real pants. So I yelled at him not to yell at his mom and told him he better put on real pants or he could stay in the car alone. God, what a brat. We broke up shortly after. Remember that thing you did 5 years ago? It made me mad. Well, that's nice to hear. Why don't you get a time machine and talk to me back then? Overly religious. Smoking. Poor financial responsibility. Inability to have a serious, logical conversation. Poor communication. A dislike of giraffes. Hygiene, self-care failures. Serial killing. 1 victim is understandable, 2 is uncomfortable, but after 3 murders I just don't think things are going to work out. Smoking. As a gay guy, my partner being out of the closet is a huge deal for me. I have tried dating closeted guys and it's not really something I want to do again. I understand that coming out is hard and everyone moves at their own pace, but if we are dating and you are in the closet, I have to force myself back in the closet to date you. And that's mentally and emotionally exhausting. Being lazy, dirty and not contributing, whether it be financially or time. Lack of conscientiousness. Being inconsiderate, entitled and selfish makes for a burdensome partner. Interestingly enough, while I can agree with you, I also always tag this particular statement as a yellow flag in potential partners. Having grown up in a multicultural household, I've learned that conscientiousness and considerate behavior is often strongly tied to a person's cultural identity. In this town, we've always done this type of social behavior. In my country, we expect that type of reciprocal action. In my family, we strongly associate love with these type of activities. This stuff can be very subtle to the point that people very often take it as common knowledge and get frustrated when their sir doesn't get it. I've seen too many cross-cultural relationships end because neither side is able to identify the underlying social and/or cultural practices causing the strife. Treating waitresses and servers like shit in restaurants. Big no. Hard drugs and or has or wants kids. Both are auto-nopes. Having clashing ideas of how you'd want to spend the rest of your lives. For me, I'm a guy is a woman who isn't an equal partner. I think women should initiate dates, physical intimacy, and pay for things at equal amounts. When a woman doesn't even bother offering or ever initiating things, I lose interest really quickly. Now of course, I'm rational about it. If I'm dating a woman who loses her job soon after we start dating, I won't dump her because she isn't offering to pay for dinners out. But I still think she has an obligation to initiate and maybe plan things. You are broke, no problem, but maybe plan a date in the park or something. Being an anti-vaxxer. Really bad hygiene. This is actually an incredibly difficult question. I'm going with verbal abuse manipulation. Adding unnecessary stress to things that have no need at all for stress. Getting at text at work, hey, can we talk later? It's kinda important only to find out she just wants you to know she's going to a movie with her friend in 3 days. Doesn't like to play cards or board games. Glad my girlfriend is down with Scrabble. Not being able to say sorry, resolve problems level-headedly. If I can't bring you an issue without getting yelled at or you making yourself the victim, forget it.